What would the world look like if Britain had never made a music video? I'm Professor Emily Caston. I'm a Professor of Screen Industries here at UWL and I run a research unit. And the big project we've been working on in the last 50 years is an AHRC funded research project on the history of British music video since the 60s. If Britain had never made a music video, MTV would never have happened. Most of what was shown on MTV in the first 5 years was British. So across a period of 2 years, we put together viewing lists and we had producers, DPs, editors and colourists from the industry come and sit with us in sessions at the British Library. We watched the videos and we discussed what made these works really outstanding and influential. So what we found was that within the screen industries in Britain as a whole, music video had functioned through the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s as an experimental kind of R&D sector. So whenever there was a new lens that came out, or if there was a new piece of software in a post-production house, or even if there was a new colorist in one of the post-production houses, we were happy to take a risk. It was always like, what else can we get out of this? What we can get out of this is creative experimentation. So what would genuinely happen is that you would see the innovation in music video and then the ad agencies who would have MTV running all day would see something and go, oh, let's try that, I like that lens or I like that effect. And then they'd adopt it in commercials. And then finally it would go into features and TV. But what I would say that I think really stood out as significant was the British art school tradition, because so many of the artists that we looked at went to art school, like the Beatles, for example. So they wanted to experiment with film. They saw film experimentation as part of their journey. If you look at Kate Bush, Annie Lennox, David Bowie and Freddie Mercury, our artists led the way in challenging gender stereotypes and pushing definitions of political identity and gender identity. And we can be really proud of that, and I think we need to hold on to that and support that and push it forward. But without our music videos, we wouldn't have been ahead of the game. If Britain had never made a music video, the whole history as we know it of music video would never have existed.